All right, so this is combining two techniques together to make a really cool riff. And this riff is, I've called it the G chord riff because it's the G chord essentially being played across the neck. And then I'm using a strumming pattern that's following a 4/4 counting pattern. So 4 beats like 1, 2, 3, 4 over and over again. So to play this riff, it's really fun to play, but it's also fun to practice these two techniques together. I used to use this as kind of a like warm up or like a practice thing before actually playing any songs. So and you'll find you'll have your own warm ups you like to do, but this one in particular is fun to play because it's so easy. So it's kind of like the same technique as that I've shown in the past about power chords where your hand never changes position. Your hand's really not doing any thinking, it's just staying still. So when we play the G chord, which we've seen before is taking just the first dot, middle finger, pointer finger, ring, and pinky, playing that G chord. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to take that same shape, we're going to move it across the neck. So I'm going to start down here low, and then go up really high, and then down to the middle. So low, high, middle, low, high, middle. And we're going to repeat that over and over so we can play that riff easily. And repetition is really the key to unlock riffs and phrases that in songs specifically. So I'm going to play just downstrokes with my finger for now, just to hear it in 4, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. And then we'll start adding some nuance to the right hand, which is a great training technique on how to play across the strings in counts of 4. So we'll start by getting the hand positioning right. So we have our G chord. We go all the way up to this dot up here with your pointer finger. And then down to the next dot with your pointer finger. So I'm just following the dots. So the G chord starts on the middle finger on this first dot here. Then I take my pointer finger, I'm going to keep my hand position, I'm going to slide up till my pointer finger's on the dot right here. On this dot right here. And I'm going to go down to the next dot with my pointer finger. So it's going like this. Here, here, and here. Low, high, middle. Low, high, middle. So it's... My middle finger is hitting the dots, my pointer finger is hitting these two dots. So when I'm playing anything like this, I try to follow the dots. So I'll do what's called anchoring, which is where you take the finger that's on the dot and you make that the anchor. And I've kind of just made this up on my own throughout the years. But basically just anchor yourself to a dot with one of the fingers and then just make sure everything around that finger is consistently in the same place. Since it's just a G chord shape, I'm just sliding my hand up without changing shape and anchoring my pointer finger to the dot. And it just works because it's keeping it in the same key. So I'm going to play all these through in 4/4, so I'm going to play 4 on each one, and you'll hear how it starts to sound like a riff. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So right there, I'm playing that one more time. And the reason I'm doing that is because in 4/4, you have to fill out a bar, musically speaking, to have the right amount of counts. So if I have 4 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's now evenly balanced, so I have done 8 counts so far, which means I have to do 8 more counts to finish a musical bar. So anytime you're doing multiples, you have to make sure you multiply it by 2. So if I start here, 1, 2, 3, 4, come up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, I've already done 4 twice, I need to do 4 2 more times. So playing that 2 times gives me an easier way to get out of finding another chord to play 4 more times. Because I can do it where I just play like this. I can play here 8 times, and here 8 times, and never go to the middle and have an 8 bar, and then what's called the 16 bar phrase. So watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. If I play that over and over, it'll be the same thing, but it won't have the middle part that we want that makes it sound more dynamic. So when I play like this, kind of empty. It works because it's following the rules of music, but what this riff is really all about is going down. You go low, high, and then you just move it down. And that really makes it satisfying, like a puzzle piece, almost like falling into place, because it's like hovering above the spot it should go in, hasn't quite gone in yet. And that going in part's what I really want to hear. So let's start from that G chord again. We're going to play all the way through and listen to the counts this time. I'm going to count them out in fours, and you'll hear me go all the way to 16 total counts. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's the riff. Now, the right hand is where things get a little more fun with this riff. So what I'm doing at the right hand is I'm playing each count in a different area. And there's two ways you can do this. You can do it in a pattern. So the way I'm doing the pattern here is I'm starting low, then going middle, then going high, then going back down to middle. And that's 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. So low, middle, high, middle on this general area of the strings. So here's what that sounds like when I do it in 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So instead of doing this, doing this. You're like, wait, what strings are you playing? What I can't see. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you're playing because it's still strumming. You're just strumming with some nuance. So all the strings are going to sound fine. So just pick away wherever you want, but just grab a little bit of the strings. I don't know what strings I'm playing right now. I mean, you can look on the video, but really just play the lower, middle, and then the high and the middle area of the strings as if it's one surface. So let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. It's a beautiful sound, and it's also really easy. Makes you sound really good, and it's also not really making you think that hard because you're just thinking like a pattern, like low, middle, high, middle, without thinking about string numbers. So I'm going to use that same pattern now and combine it with the hand positions. So I have right here this anchor, that anchor, that anchor. So it's the third dot, and then it's the 1, 2, 3, fourth dot, and then the third dot. As you can tell, playing guitar for me is more by feel than it is by technical theory and numbers, and that's why I want to keep it. I don't want to make it a music note staff bar nightmare, you know. And some people love that stuff. My brain likes to keep things free and open, and I don't like it to make sense all the time because you're not exploring as much. But that's my TED talk. You know, I'm done with that. So let's start that here at the bottom here. First dot, we're going to do the pattern. So this low, middle, high, middle. Okay, we do that. Then we're going to add the low, high, middle on this as well. And this is where things get cool because I'm doing the same technique with my right hand and left hand, but they're musically doing something different. The right hand's doing rhythm, and the left hand is doing notation. And when you combine rhythm and notation together, and it's synchronized, and it's the same pattern, it becomes really satisfying to listen to because it's doing a lot more than just the harmony and the rhythm and the notation. So let's try that real quick. So I'll count in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now that we know how to do those patterns together, we can start kind of mixing and matching what we want and what we want to change. So that rhythm, the low, middle, high, middle, and then up here, it's really pretty, but we can try to variate it a little bit. So check this out. I'm going to say low, and then I'm going to go high, and then I'm going to go middle for each of the chords. So I'm going to stay low on this G chord, and then high on this one, in the middle here. And that's going to make it sound even different. So watch this. I'll go just downstrokes on 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's different. It's not my favorite, but you can see how you can add that to something to make it sound different. So all together now, and I'll play at speed, and I'll then show a little bit of a twist on the rhythm to show how you can make this sound even more unique and different. But we'll do that one more time all the way through so you can see how that looks and feels as you're playing through it. So here we go. Okay, so now that we know how to play that all the way through, that riff, I'm going to take the rhythm on my right hand. I'm going to start to get creative with the way we're playing the rhythm. So I'm going to start strumming a little bit different. So I'm doing just downstrokes right now, but we can do down and upstrokes. So one thing that can help with this is finding a pattern of stroke, down, upstroke you like this. Down, down, up, down, up, down. These are really hard to teach because they're more of a feeling than a notation. Like technically you can teach them down, down, up, down, down. Up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Okay. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Okay, so I'm gonna take that rhythm, this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. It's hard to count at the same time, but down, up, down, down, up. Okay, if I take that rhythm and start dancing around where I'm playing on the neck, like low, high, and middle, it starts getting really interesting because now I'm creating an unpredictable nature to the song that creates a lot of interest. So if we play that down, down, up, down, yeah, that's how it goes. Then you'll start hearing that the pattern woven into that rhythm with this pattern is going to be really interesting. So here, let's go ahead and play through that whole riff now with that down, down, up, down thing going. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. So that's that rhythm added to that. It's really nuanced, but it adds a lot of texture to the sound. So I just love playing that chord progression. Warming up, it's really fun to play because the G chord's always easy to get to. Moving it around the neck, really easy to do. But the goal with this chord progression is to show that you can take the same chord, move it around the neck, and anchor yourself down and find new ways to play with the chords you have with rhythm. And the right hand, you can play down and only down, and you'll be able to play every song on guitar in a very simple form. But if you start adding some rhythm, it's kind of like making it its own drum sequence, if that makes sense, because this sounds really cool. And a guitarist I really like is Tom Morello. He does a lot of that type of stuff with his guitar and makes it sound like a rhythm instrument more than a music note instrument. So feel free to play around with this. Thanks for jumping on and checking this out today, and I look forward to the next one. See ya.